Cruz. Tag team action, today's main event, right here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. I am glad for the fans of Canada and myself, for that matter, that men like Brian Jewell have returned. Cruz has returned, and names like Lance Storm and Chris Jericho trying to clean up the mess, like yourself, the Bulldog, the Pitbull, and that man right there, Champagne Jerry Morrow.
Now, how can you say the mess and refer to me, Joe Aiello? I am the greatest Canadian heavyweight champion of all time, 2 times Canadian champion. I have brought glory and greatness to this wrestling promotion, and so has Champagne Jerry Morrow. What has Cruz done? The only reason he's getting a title shot is because I have enough respect for Jerry Morrow. He's my friend. I don't ask him for a shot. Cruz, you're behind me as far as I'm concerned. They're nothing but a couple of cheaters, and you should show me the respect that I deserve, and don't even talk about Cruz and Brian Jewell.
I'll tell you what, speaking of respect, we are across Canada on this Father's Day weekend, and I am still wondering where Papa is. I'm talking about Bulldog Bob Brown. He's usually out at ringside when his son is inside the ring. Nice back body drop there by Jewell, and a good-looking arm drag. And he's right back to work. Morrow complaining about a handful of hair, but you saw what I saw, and Brian Jewell was beautiful scientific maneuvering there.
Oh, sure, great scientific maneuver. Brian Jewell pulled Jerry Morrow's hair. I saw it as plain as day. That's the only way Brian Jewell could get a man like Jerry Morrow over into an arm drag, and now he's got him hooked in the arm bar. He's probably got a handful of tights there underneath that we're not even seeing. That's the kind of sneaky guy that Brian Jewell is, Joe.
Well, they are making a great tag team. You're entitled to your opinion, as I am entitled to mine. A handful of hair there by Morrow, but Jewell had enough to move out of the way, and he went right back to work with that arm drag. And Kerry Pitbull Brown has had more of a match with the referee up to this point than anything. I don't even think he's been in this one yet.
Well, you know, I'm speaking from past experience when I say that there is no sense in arguing with referee Ken Johnson. He's about as dumb as a bag of hammers. So Kerry Brown is wasting his time. He should just try to get the tag and help his friend Jerry Morrow out.
Well, I got to tell you one thing. This is not helping the problem that occurred 1 week ago between Champagne Jerry Morrow and Kerry Pitbull Brown. I thought they were going to go at it, more than just words, but they ended up hugging and reconciling their differences, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. But we do have this tag match for you. Of course, that match that took place last week, Cruz over Champagne Jerry Morrow in a non-title match, and that will come back, I'm sure, to haunt the Champagne man in weeks to come. I have been guaranteed by the promotion that people at home could be seeing, oh, that knee to the small of the back there, and that could turn over the match.
What are you talking about? I didn't see anything. Did I miss something? What knee?
You're almost as bad as the referee.
I think Brian Jewell tripped on one of those moccasins he's wearing. Joe, why doesn't he get some wrestling boots?
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to put up with him just like I do here at ringside. The natural calling, the color for you here. Joe Aiello at ringside. Irish whip into the ropes, and the Pitbull, he put all 275 pounds of himself behind that one. And Jewell, they're going to work on that backside suplex there, and a 2 count. And we have got to get the crowd behind Brian Jewell. Cruz is trying to get him fired up. Morrow up top now with a big forearm to the back. Now this is where the experience is prevailing with guys like Morrow and the Pitbull. They found the advantage on the back, and they're going to work on it.
Oh, sure. Well, listen, it goes back to the old Anderson philosophy of wrestling. And I'm talking about Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, and Gene Anderson back in Minnesota. They would pick one body part and they would work it over, and that is exactly what my man Jerry Morrow is doing, and Kerry Pitbull Brown is doing the same thing. That's why they're going to win this tag match, Joe Aiello.
Any regular individual would have already submitted on a maneuver like this, the Boston Crab, but take a look at Brian Jewell. He has got a lot of fight, a lot of stamina, and he is going to continue this one on. The big man from Shediac, New Brunswick, has come back to the WFWA and turned it around. You can see that added leverage. I had missed it there for a second.
What? Did I miss something again? Added leverage? I think that looked like a clean Boston Crab to me, Joe. You're seeing things, Joe Aiello.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw was Kerry Pitbull Brown adding leverage to that Boston Crab, and now he's got a good-looking maneuver there. Why don't you explain this one to us?
Well, this is an old maneuver that you don't see very much, but it's one of the thousands that I'm very knowledgeable on. This is called a surfboard, Joe. Essentially what he's doing is pulling the man's shoulders out of the sockets, while putting his knee in the small of the man's back. Very, very painful maneuver, and Kerry Brown applied it almost as well as I could, Joe.
There was no need, though, for him to throw him outside of the ring. The match is supposed to take place inside the... Hold on, look at this! He just picked up a crutch from one fan with a broken leg at ringside and tried to break the back of Brian Jewell. This is where you're getting your sadistic stuff from. He's going to level him right into the ring post. This is sickening.
Oh, Joe, this has turned out to be better than I thought it could be. The only thing that could have been better is if he'd smacked that kid with a crutch one time.
Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen, this match has been getting out of hand. So is the man to my left, the natural here at ringside, but Jewell, holy cow, man. I mean, I would have been out of it. I guess that's why I've never stepped foot into the squared circle. But look at the stamina and the fight in that young man. He's got to make a tag, and quickly, before this one's over. But Jewell, he can fight his own battles, and I can guarantee you, he might have him sunset flip. He might have him. Where the heck's the referee? Come on.
Chi-Chi Cruz is distracting the referee. That's what he looked at. Chi-Chi Cruz should stay in his corner. He just cost Brian Jewell what could have been a close pinfall, Joe.
I don't know if I have to start some kind of rally cry myself, but there should be 2 referees in a match like this. This match would have been well but over, and right back to work on that surfboard. He lost his advantage.
Let me ask you something. You're talking about Ken Johnson, referee. Should have been 2 referees. Let me ask you a question. What's 2 times nothing?
Nothing.
Thank you very much. Ken Johnson, your referee, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He's in about the same boat as you right now on the well-liked column around the WFWA. He missed that pinfall. You could have counted up to 10 for crying out loud. But Kerry Brown took advantage of the referee's disadvantage, if you will, and he is working over that surfboard, now placing him down, setting him up, I think, for maybe, the elbow. He's trademarking the elbow, known for it, and Jewell had enough time to move out of the way. That's what they have to do. Jewell had enough time. Morrow, they made the tag, but Jewell has to get over and make the tag, but he got Pearl Harbored by the madman from Martinique.
Well, you know, a little bit of a mistake there by Kerry Pitbull Brown, but as you saw, the Champagne man covered it up real nicely, coming in and preventing Brian Jewell from making the tag. And now what we're looking at is a standing vertical suplex, textbook, baby.
A beautiful standing vertical suplex by Champagne Jerry Morrow. You got to tell it the way it is, and he is well schooled in the world of wrestling. But Chi-Chi Cruz had every right to come in there and break it.
Why? Because Brian Jewell wouldn't have kicked out? Why should Chi-Chi Cruz and Brian Jewell are great athletes? Why do they have to constantly cheat and help each other?
Well, those 2 idiots from the group of idiots, including yourself, just didn't make a tag either.
You know, you should be real careful, Joe, because I slapped you one time before, and I will do it again. And I guarantee you, if I call Jerry Morrow over here, you'll be eating your food with a straw tomorrow, my friend.
Well, I guarantee you one thing. I would not be close enough to either 2 of you if I had the choice or the opportunity. You better stay in control here at ringside before I have to get the authorities in here to take you the heck out of here.
What are you going to do, call the police? I've got a contract. You can't get me out of here. We know you don't want me here. Why don't you just pay attention to the match? Kerry Brown and Jerry Morrow are about to put away Brian Jewell. Now watch this. It's going to be the big headbutt. Oh, my God, Joe, it's all over. He's done. Look, Chi-Chi Cruz has come in again. Now, how do you excuse that?
I didn't see anything. I was too busy looking at your head turned red over here, but it looked like Brian Jewell kicked out to me for a change.
You've got selective vision, my friend, because what happened there was Chi-Chi Cruz. Look at him standing out there in the ring apron. All he does is come in and cause trouble. Typical Chi-Chi Cruz. Brian Jewell should have been done like dinner a long time ago.
He might be done like dinner right there, because I'll tell you what, that wasn't an appetizer. It was
a count. It was a slow count is what it was.
Maybe slow for you. It sounded like a legit 2 count to me, but what a devastating neck breaker by Jerry Morrow. And those 2 men, I'm talking about Morrow and Brown, have worked over the back and that neck area, that vertebrae. I'll tell you, it's going to need some realignment after this one.
Well, Brian Jewell is hurting for certain right now. He's got a modified sleeper into a front chancery applied on Brian Jewell right now. And as you can see, the pressure is being put on the neck, and as you mentioned, the lower back as well, because he's got his knee right into Brian Jewell's back. I think Brian Jewell may be ready to give it up. If he were smart, he would.
I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've ever seen Morrow apply a hold without breaking the rules. I thought he turned that one into a choke, but I got to give him credit for that. But Jewell fighting back now. A couple of elbows to that midsection. Oh, and a clothesline. And Morrow right back with the advantage, and he tags in the Pitbull. They're making quick tags.
Definitely, and that's a sign of a good. And there's Cruz again. Hey, referee, why doesn't the referee keep why doesn't he disqualify Cruz? Oh, it's sickening, Joe. And now Kerry Brown doing a smart thing, putting Brian Jewell back in the surfboard, working over the same body part.
I'll tell you what's sickening is you complaining about the other guys breaking the rules for a change when you've done that for your entire career. I don't even know if you were applied when you got your wrestling license. Were you ever given a rule book?
Every promoter in this country begged me to come and work for them, Joe. I'm here because I'm doing Tony Condello a favor. He can't fire me. You can't fire me. You cannot get rid of me. The people want to see the #1 man in pro wrestling, and that is why I am here.
I'll tell you what, you're almost as bad as the mosquitoes in Manitoba. They just never go away. And I can guarantee you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, I might even start a petition of my own because I thought it was bad enough with Bulldog Bob Brown sometimes. But you are almost as bad as it gets. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Jewell turning it around now. And he is working over Kerry Brown, but Morrow Pearl Harbors him from the top rope.
Pearl Harbor, Joe. I don't think you would call that a Pearl Harbor. I would call that a nice move. Brian Jewell was cheating, and he cheated, and Jerry Morrow had to come in and do something. Cruz has been doing it all match.
Oh, a big headbutt there now by Champagne Jerry Morrow. I guarantee you, fans, I can't take any more of this with this man here to my left. You just can't win with this man here at the ringside. Something's got to be done, but I can guarantee you one thing. Holy cow, Brian Jewell, double headbanger there, I guess you could say. What do you can't cheer a guy on.
Jerry, come on, Champagne, get up, make the tag.
Why don't you get up and get the heck out of here? I'm sick and tired of you. Look at this. I don't know, Brian Jewell barely moving in there, and either is Morrow, and I got to think Morrow would be the first one to get up. He's been not. Look at this. He went the wrong way to make the tag, but figured it out in time, and the Pitbull's in there. The freshman in, and they made the tag. Well, I can't even talk, but Cruz is in there. Jewell made the tag, and it's comeuppance time in there now.
He's been standing on the apron all afternoon. Look at him. Oh, this is sickening, Joe. Cruz has done nothing all match, and now he's coming in. Look at that closed fist. They should disqualify him.
The clothesline, flying drop kicks, flying clothesline. Stop getting excited. This one could be over. Morrow interfered.
A little of his own medicine there. Jerry Morrow coming in to make the save for Pitbull. I like to see that.
What action you've been seeing in today's main event, ladies and gentlemen. Tag team action. Jewell Cruz in there now with the big body slam, big leg drop. This could be it. Morrow in there to interfere again. What else is new? Only a 2 count. The referee took a boot to the back of the head. He looks like he's hurt his arm. Hope he can continue. This has been our dandy. Big match, flying savant kick there, crescent kick to the jaw. And Kerry Brown could be out, but Morrow makes the save again. Jewell back in there, regaining his composure. We've got a Donnybrook happening.
We definitely have a Pier 6 brawl happening right now, and I think this has got to work to the advantage of the Champagne man and Kerry Brown.
Holy cow, the big collision. You just stopped talking there to see what was going to happen, and you didn't like it one bit. But Morrow, he was knocked outside of the ring. 2-on-1 confrontation, the way I like to see it. But Morrow grabbing himself a chair. I can't believe this. I'm not even going to talk to you over here. Look at this now. They've got Cruz set up. Holy cow, Cruz moved out of the way. And Morrow just leveled Kerry Brown, and he got drop kicked out of the ring. This could be it.
Kick out, Kerry. Kick out.
They got him. They got him. Cruz made Kerry Brown and Champagne Jerry Morrow pay for their mistake. A big victory for the tag team of Brian Jewell and Cruz right here on WFWA Main Event Wrestling. They deserve to get their hands raised.
Cruz hit him with a chair. Why doesn't Kerry Brown hold on to the man? I told you before at the start of that, it looked like his timing was off, and he's made another costly mistake. And if I were Jerry Morrow, I'd be a very, very angry individual.